talk about Shamori Pons, Marcus Howard, two of the highest scoring guards in the country.
And by the way, Justin, think of this road trip. You start out with Creighton if you're St. John's, do well, stumble, which a lot of people do at Duke. And this one is important, no question about it, if you're thinking NCAA.
The officials, Ron Gruber, Jamie Luckey, and it's only fitting that here on the State of the Union, we've got Kip Kissinger as one of the officials.
Well, you were working on that all day.
Theo John.
So diplomatic.
Will jump center against Marvin Clark, and Marquette will control it.
Justin, catch it. The Johnnies. A little minute.
Marcus Howard gets picked up right away by Justin Simon.
They do a nice job getting at the elbow, running little bumps on the baseline. And look at the big on the little. A lot of guys try this. Simon Plain, a very difficult kid to match up with, and Howard.
Shot clock down to 5.
Does a good job here on the baseline post-up.
The pull-up jumper is good for Sam Hauser.
Both brothers possess that ability, that mid-area where it's tough to double away from the box.
The matchup on this end of the floor, it's Pons against Sakar Anum.
And a very good defender. And this is the key. How does he play? Find people. Don't force it. Don't over-dribble. What a talent. So far, 2 good looks.
Simon to the hoop against Theo John, puts it in.
Yeah, Simon says he's ready to play. Both ends of the floor.
St. John's arrived here at the arena at 4:45 local time.
Like we were talking about us last night.
The spin move by Joey Hauser.
What a great defensive play. Marvin Clark really knows it. Pretty good player in his day, huh?
Yeah, I'd say he was an okay player in his day. Chris Mullin now in his 4th year as the head coach at St. John's. It will stay Marquette ball as Simon got a hand on it.
And they don't play big, St. John's, but I think they've improved defensively. Always in the right place. Read things pretty well and rebound for their size. And there are tough matchups on the other end.
Joey Hauser trying to post up now in the corner for 3. Got hit on the arm by L.J. Figueroa. That'll be a 3-shot foul.
Well, L.J. did such a nice job with his post defense.
Steve Wojciechowski, now in his 5th year as the head coach at Marquette. Their practice yesterday was one of the most spirited practices I've ever seen the day before a game. Yeah,
he's pushing this team to be as good as they become. Not that other guys don't do it. Thought they slipped a little here and there in some aspects of the game. Button it up. And they feel they can make a run in the tournament, too. And it all starts, as we know, in the summer and how you progress through in the year.
It will be a 3-shot foul. The officials went to the monitor to make sure. Joey Hauser, an 84% free throw shooter.
How about the 2 Hausers and Howard with the ability, he's way behind it there, the ability to make free throws and get to the line, particularly Howard in that area.
As a team, they shoot 77.5%. You talk about those 3. Marcus Howard at 91.1, Sam Hauser at 90, and Joey at 84.
And they're first in the Big East in their free throw shooting as a team.
He makes 2 of the 3.
Nice little open middle to cut and kick.
That touch pass was beautiful. Mustafa Heron, the transfer out of Auburn, hits the 3.
Their loss is St. John's game. He is a nice player. Plays bigger, really good at going to the rim, athletic at the tee, too. Little stagger to get Howard going. They got a nickel dimer on the baseline on Sam. Not on him, but give away, I believe, by Mustafa.
It was
a little dribble drive and kick, and boy, you overhelp against the Johnnies. Clark and Heron love those corner jumpers.
And Sam Hauser has the outlet on the inbounds. Shot clock at 10. Hauser against Clark. And that's going to be a traveling violation called against Sam Hauser.
He fumbled it along the way, but you can see St. John's is tough-minded on that defensive end.
They're not a tall team, but they're a long team. And they've got good team size.
You say that as though you're very jealous. How about this? Stretching it.
I'm jealous of that.
Yeah, he is really providing a lift early. Mustafa.
He shoots it at almost 42% from three-point land on the season. An 8-4 early lead and a whistle away from the ball.
I think it might be Clark tying up with Theo John there.
Yep.
Just keep yourself busy. Pass, screen away, fill in the middle. And they can put it on the deck, so you got to be honest defensively.
Well, for St. John's, you have to be careful. They don't go very deep. Howard, an air ball in the three-point attempt. He had just 8 points in the first meeting. That loss, a 20-point loss on New Year's Day.
Well, the starters for St. John's play over 30 minutes each. They have to.
Aaron for his third three. And the rebound for Sam Hauser.
Nice kick ahead. And a very good driver. But it all started with a great look. Short the floor. Number 0, Howard. On the money.
8-6, St. John's on top. Shamori Pons hasn't scored yet. Marcus Howard hasn't scored yet.
Fun opening here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Action.
Pons with 7 on the shot clock. Heron, the jumper with 2 on the clock, and a rebound for Sam Hauser.
They do a nice job screening off the 2 Hausers and John.
Now it's Howard against Figueroa, goes around him, draws the foul on the floor. And that's going to be the 4th team foul against St. John's already, 2nd against Figueroa.
That's what they're going to have to do is drive him, the big guy. Look at his pass here. I just love that angle, and then just take it right down the gut. Pretty.
With 2 fouls, Figueroa goes to the bench. C.D. Keita comes in. The transfer from South Carolina.
He can provide a little bit of lift defensively. Jam things up, block shots, follows. They don't have to play John out that far, so let's use him as a screener.
Shot clock at 4. That pass is knocked away. This will be a shot clock violation. Really good defense by St. John's to open up this ballgame.
It sure is. They are down, ready, in the right spot. You can see the concern of Wojo. That means you've got to execute a little bit better.
You can see the length of Justin Simon affecting Marcus Howard.
And they even used him in that post-up, too. He's a dilemma in a matchup situation on the offensive end as well.
Simon hasn't been as good offensively this year as he was last year, but he can certainly be a matchup problem.
What a great score. Pons loves to post up.
Against Annam. And we've got a foul called against Sakar Annam, a 2-shot foul coming up when we come back. A good start here early on. St. John's leading by 2 over Marquette.
It's a back-to-back.
In Milwaukee, 8-6, St. John's leading here in the first half. And as we flash back to January 1st, it was the last time that Marquette actually lost a game, and they lost in a big way, 89-69. It wasn't really even close. A pure domination by St. John's over then number 16 Marquette. And how they do it, well, look at the stat line for Marcus Howard in that game.
He struggled. He's going to have to find a way, maybe lift people, let him blow by, and he's really going to have to be a point guard, I think, this evening if they're going to win. And counter that with this guy. When he plays within himself, this is a different basketball team. Late in the Seton Hall game, he sort of struggled. When the Duke game, he had trouble handling the ball. Made mistakes that he doesn't generally make. So it's a meshing of his ability and timing as to whether he should take over or find others and get them involved.
Knocks them both down, 10-6. St. John's leading. We should mention that Brian Trimble Jr., he is out for this game for St. John's with a right sprained thumb. Suffered against Duke. Tip ball, Joey Hauser. Animal on the baseline. Joey Hauser, a great outside shooter, comes up short on the deep 3.
A little deeper than accustomed to. They got to make Pons work on the other end. He loves this early freeze 3. You got to be up on him. Counter that. Howard does the same thing. No step back. They've done a nice job on him.
Sam Hauser for three. That was in and out, and a rebound for Pons.
When they run, they're effective, St. John's. A lot of things open up for them.
Keita posting up against John. Awkward shot.
Nice show. String it out and then recover.
Joey Hauser against Aaron. Howard the pull-up jumper. That's lost. There's a rebound by Sam Hauser.
Oh, very active. Terrific read and anticipation on the rebound. And Howard's going to have to make sure he doesn't settle because he's going to like fast breaks if he takes earned or tough early shots.
4 rebounds already for Sam Hauser. Aaron left open for 3. You can see Theo John didn't want to come all the way out.
That's not his game out there. Too far to go. Roaming from home like that.
That's 9 points for Mustafa Heron.
It's like being late for dinner.
That never happens.
Shuffle cut ball screen, empty side. Look at this cross. Howard
misses again, has yet to score.
That's more like it, the call to set it up. Loves this post move.
Difficult shot there by Justin Simon. It's a 15-8 St. John's lead.
He's good without the basketball as well. They just mix up different guys. Now here's the match. Everybody paid to see this one. That won't last for long. Trying to switch them off.
Howard against Pons.
Violation.
They've gone off the foot. Right play from St. John's.
I guess they figured it did.
Sam Hauser for 3. No, and a good box out there by Marvin Clark.
Well, thus far, St. John's sort of a dream defensively. Not making shots has really hurt, particularly open looks by the Hausers.
Pons against Joey Hauser. Clark for 3. Another rebound for Sam Hauser.
Clark had a run there 7 or 8 games around 50% from 3. Boy, the gamble gives them an open look. They're just not converting it.
Hauser gets the rebound. Skip past the corner. Extra pass. Howard open for 3. That's in and out.
A great ball movement, though. Really made St. John's pay for the rotations.
Howard's 0 for 4 from the floor so far. A 7-point lead for St. John's.
He's had 2 good looks, the layup and that jumper, so getting better opportunities last 2 trips.
And now he's matched up against Pons. Doesn't get the roll.
Trying to get stuff in the air. Not a good look here. Anticipation, great defensively. Always see the ball.
Simon gets fouled by Theo John. Theo John was making sure he wasn't going to get that shot up.
That was a weight room discard there. Big time. Step up. Just an opportunity. The late cover, no question about it. That's not the kind of, that's the matchup dilemma they give you, though. They've got 4 and 5 men who can step out and make threes. Your center is disarmed, but this is a sound giveaway. Trap those arms. Don't give him an opportunity.
I love that foul by Theo John. Sent Simon to the free throw line.
If they did that to you in the playground, you'd be running home from home. You always like it when you're on the sideline, don't you?
Of course. In for the first time is Ed Morrow. Checking in for Theo John.
We got the State of the Union. We got Kissinger. We got Edward R. Murrow. Everybody. We got it all covered.
How about Joseph Chartouni? How does that fit in?
That sounds like he should be an ambassador to someplace.
17-8, St. John's leading Marquette. Anna comes to a jump stop.
Well, this is impressive defensively.
They're just getting after them. Chartouni the crossover. Yep. Morrow out of bounds. Timeout here on the floor. It's all St. John's so far on the road. Here Milwaukee leading 17-8.
I hear it in the background.
And such effective on the defense. In fact, the play on the defensive end by St. John's, too. Making it tough, not getting any really good, easy, clean looks.
4 turnovers for Marquette has led to 7 points for St. John's. Into the game for the first time, Greg Williams.
I think the big thing, I would post up the Housers to get back in the game. I think they can do a job. They could do kiss shots, a 10-foot.
Here in the step back, that's for 2 foot on the line. Rebound for Annam.
Giving Howard a blow right here.
Chartouni, good pump fake. Annam, really good job coming to that jump stop.
He is a terrific little player. Plays within the system, bites you with that little dribble drive and finish.
That's the task of guarding Pons.
Good defender, I think. And again, size on both guards. A little small change. Belly bump by Joey Hauser.
Joey Hauser gets called for his first foul. That's the 3rd team foul against Marquette. And off the bench is Marcus Howard. Howard so far 0 for 4 from the floor, 0 for 2 from three-point land. A guy who averages 25 points per game.
I think that little rest was a little refresher, huh? Headwise.
Trying to post him up. Simon against him. Pons kicks out. Simon. And we're going to wave it off. He got a blocking foul called against Marcus Howard.
I thought they were going to just let that play on that kick. There was contact after the pass, but just keep playing, I thought. Nice little step in and read. I mean, no question he did hit him, but I'd rather see the jump shot from the corner. And really handsy too, which helps. They're trapping that ball screen.
Simon on the baseline. Little jump hook had the size advantage against Chartouni.
He's comfortable in that box area.
8 points for Justin Simon. Simon gambles here against Howard.
You should do that. Just keep him in front of you.
Howard for 3. He's 0 for 5 now. And it's out of bounds off of Marquette. St. John's ball.
Yeah, you think of the Buffalo game when he had 5 points at the half and had 40 in the second. Again, just take good shots. He does that within the system, they'll start making them.
Chris Mullen was asking for a double dribble against Howard. Didn't get the call.
Williams on the floor, pushes it, pretty good speed. We'll give more minutes with the depleted lineup.
Here is Williams. Has to away Chartouni. Howard, little floater comes up short again. Pons with a rebound. Here come the Red Storm. Clark, that should be for 2. It's knocked out. Williams has it blocked. Williams gets it back, and this time he puts it in.
How about hang it in? Woo, really competing.
How about St. John's on the road right now, up by 11.
It's all about good shots. They've taken good shots. Marquette, but just not converting.
A 13-4 run for the Red Storm.
Yeah, Sid Marlowe can do some damage in that box area. Nice seal. What a nice seal off by Marlowe. The broad shoulders. Chartouni experience at Fordham like a vet.
9-point lead for the Johnnies. Kick it out, Williams for 3. No, and the rebound is pulled down by Morrow.
That's not quite his game yet. I think he's an attack guy.
Sam Hauser for 3.
Everything short, front rim.
Chris Mullen was just yelling at Clark, whoa, 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 let's slow it down right now. Marquette is 0 for 8 from three-point land.
Pull the plug a little. This is sort of Pond's time now. This is what he likes.
Just turns around and puts up the free throw line jumper.
Elbow jumper. Southpaw sticking it. Run your stuff if you're Mark. I was going to say the Warriors. Thinking about McGuire.
Howard the switch against Keita. Annam for three. That's way off. They're now 0 for 9 from three-point land.
Put it on the deck. Be creative. See if we can get some post-up action.
Pons against Howard. Howard takes it away. Pons thought there was a foul. Indecision by Howard and a block here by Keita.
He is off his game, really. Normally he'd take that shot. He had somebody at the rim. A lot of tired guys right now.
They're waiting for that whistle for the under 8 timeout. Pons a step back three.
Didn't need it, really.
And a foul against Clark. Going for the offensive rebound.
Clark has masculine type of rebound, but how about the elbow? The little lefty southpaw. Halfway around like Bernard. And again, Shamari is just playing within the system. Whatever comes, it's gradual. It's not forced. Other than that one little dribble he gave up, coughed up, he's been on top of his game. Fouls are a dilemma for them, though.
Figueroa's back in with 2 fouls. On the bench is Clark, who had picked up his 2nd foul.
And Bailey on the floor. Now, this is good after the post-up, after the timeout. Unfortunately, he's not a great free throw shooter, but establish some identity in that box area. Don't be settling deep, particularly if you're not making them.
But with that, that's number 2 now against Mustafa Heron. So Heron's got 2, Figueroa's got 2, Clark's got 2. It'll send Theo John on the free throw line, the 50% free throw shooter.
When you play against St. John's, you do have to establish something in that lane, whether it's a dribble drive or a post-up. They're undersized and a lean bench, too. They don't go very deep.
C.D. Keita comes back in for Heron. 1 of 2 at the line for Theo Johns. His average stays the same. 3 players with 2 fouls for St. John's.
You're thinking stops if you're Marquette right now. Nice little back screen.
Keita picks up the dribble.
Nice double, Howard and John.
Pons. Good help there by Theo John. Shot clock at 6. Figueroa gets the roll.
A smart play, though, getting a little closer with that ball fake. Boy, got his bite.
Marquette is still looking for their first 3 of the game. Howard, a deep 3. There it is.
Listen to the house. You knew he was going to stay with it. And he's got great confidence. Give him a little space, makes you pay.
Bonds a couple of jab steps, nowhere to go.
Tony didn't bite. Down to 5.
Simon misses it. Howard went down trying to draw the offensive foul. Howard again, a deep 3. Gets out.
When you let it come to you and you got this kind of talent, you can get overreactions. Here they go. Pinned down, gives him that opening. And early offense, this kid is just exquisite. Look at how deep that thing is. Maybe he sold it with the skates as well.
Hey, you know what? It's Al's night here at Fiserv Forum, and that was almost from Al's logo. Al McGuire, a former coach here for Marquette, helped them win that 1977 national championship. And all of a sudden, it's a 5-point game, a 7-0 Marcus Howard run.
Well, they get almost 9 threes a game, so they will not step away from that. Well, Pons has got Hauser. He's got to take him, I think. Either one, he's got the big switching. Look at that. He's smart. Knows the game.
Is this a delay of game warning?
Delay of game warning.
Oh.
Delay of game warning against St. John's has been assessed.
I think the ball was just kicked.
Yeah.
Inadvertently. That's not like putting your tie back on the rack at home.
Howard, the step back. Oh, he's starting to feel it. That was for two.
I'll tell you that rest on the bench, and I'm sure a little chat. He's taking good shots. Of course, his good shots are questionable over a lot of other people.
Simon against Joey Hauser. Good Simon. He's got 10 now. Excuse me. Yeah, he's got 10 here in this first half.
Nice call by Christo. Quiet, everybody.
Sam Hauser for three. No. Rebound Theo John. And John gets fouled going up to the hoop.
And they're just going to break this up. Little oddball contact on this particular one.
It's against Justin Simon.
This is why you should go to the weight room. Maybe you can manhandle people in here. What a physical performer this kid is. And,
Raph, if I go to the weight room, you're in trouble.
I can't wait for you to do a lot of things. Like, that check comes.
Theo John back at the line. That was the 8th team foul against St. John's.
He just does his job, this kid. Admirable performer. Guards. Big thing for him is staying out of foul problems. Gets into that problem early with a silly one. All of a sudden he's got two. They got to arrest him.
Gets the roll on the second. 6-point ball game.
Daly at a disadvantage experience-wise right here. Nice help by John.
Pons against the freshman. Pons comes in, got it, and the foul.
How did he get that? He was under the rim and still got the reverse English on it. Boy, he knows your cum. He knows what grade you're in. He knows how long you played. And with that, he owns a slitherer. A little kiss. Pons delivered big time.
Bench. Ed Morrow is in. And Shamori Pons will go to the free throw line, trying to pick up his 9th point of this half.
He's had 3 disqualifications, averages a little over 3 fouls a game, and they are a different inside defensive team when he is out, John.
Pons converts a 3-point play. 9-point lead for St. John's on the road. They've handed Marquette its only Big East loss of the season.
And this could be a matchup thing, too. We'll give away 2-on-1 here.
He'll pull up for 3. Short, and a good box out, and the rebound here for Morrow.
You mentioned it's Al's day. If you did that when Al was coaching, you'd be working at the Miller Brewery.
Turnover here, Howard and Sam Hauser. 6th turnover of the game for Marquette. The final 3:20 could be big right here for both these teams.
Fouls an issue. Fatiguing it, a little back screen. And they worked on that. That's why Wojo has this timeout. They set it up nice. They had him run it the whole half. Little back screen lob. And then Tid send it in. Really solid. That is Giants.
This backdoor alley-oop.
We saw this the other day in practice. Wojo sent it up. This side is wide open. Little back screen bump. And just a little step and go, and the rest rather simple than present-day athletes. Big time. Send it in.
Simon
Start he's had, huh?
Wow. He has got 12 points on 5 of 6 from the floor. He had 17 total points in his previous 4 games. Greg Williams, we call for the foul. He's holding his mouth. And so now Chris Mullins wondering, How did this all happen? Maybe the referees will go to the monitor.
I don't think so. I think it was just a hand check. They are looking, though. Well, you must have done fights in your heyday, huh?
I had to prepare to work with you.
We've had a few fisticuffs here and there. He got really tight on him. Oh, come on. You call that foul in our playground?
They're saying no.
Good. All right, Jamie. Jamie's been in a couple of fights in his day. Saying he intruded in the cylinder, which you have done to me frequently.
Again, I'm just trying to prepare. I got to make sure I hear every story. I'm part of it.
I like when they do a puncher, make that decision, bang. That is a no-no in basketball. Don't ever invade my cylinder.
It's pretty much a no-no in life. Close talkers, no good. Wow, how about the roll right there for Joey Hauser?
He and his brother have been struggling from deep into the free throw line. Certainly helps the confidence. They're going to trim their hair, the Hauser brothers, don't you think? I don't know how they play with that hair in their eyes.
4 points for Joey, 34-25. St. John's leading.
Same play. Activity, I'll tell you, this is really a lot of great motion and well handled by Marquette.
That Helt is in. Pons against Howard, the pull-up. And the weak side rebound for Sakar Anna.
They're going to the well. He doesn't have to force the issue there. Nice tempo and control. Give it back to Howard.
It's Hauser to Hauser. Helt diving forward. It's out of bounds off of him.
Well, they are competing on the defensive end, St. John's.
On the floor for St. John's is Justin Simon. He's slow to get up. He says, I'm all right. I'm all right. And a timeout is taken here by St. John's.
Feisty. Good. They know it's important.
Big time start for St. John's here in Milwaukee.
1 hour pickup order?
Got it.
It's big, too, because they got Villanova coming in here. 2 games left with them. But making that climb for St. John's, respectability, struggled the first couple of years under Chris, and now they've got a team that very tough to compete against. And Pons plays solid. I think that impacts on everybody else.
Simon's been the other scorer so far in this one.
A pretty good cover on that weak side.
Figueroa off the glass.
He had the floater, a little soft release, and he kissed big time. He has been solid, I think. Not a great deep shooter, but boy, he's got a middle game.
Sam Hauser against Figueroa, who's got 2 fouls.
Uses the glass great.
He gets doubled. Sam gets it back from Joey and hits his first 3.
They've done it a few times in their life. This little 2-man game and no forced issue on the block.
He was 0 for 5 from 3 prior to that. And a foul against Sakar Annam here against Pons.
Yeah, just had to give some ground here, but this is like a little bully ball in the low box. Nice. Kana comes over and assists, and an affectionate delivery and feathery release.
That was the second foul against Sakar Annam. Matt Helt goes out. Ed Morrow comes back in.
And when you guard that far from the basket, you get away with the initial bump. Give ground.
Bailey's back in here for Marquette, picking up against Pons.
They just decided they're going to double that ball screen.
Another tough shot by Figueroa. He's been creative. 6 points in the first half.
That is a tough runner on that angle.
Under a minute to go. Howard against Cada gets the bump. They're not going to say continuation. Foul on the floor.
He had Cada earlier, and they didn't acknowledge him and give him the basketball. But anytime he switches, I think it's lunchtime. You know, pass the condiments. Too good with that bounce and delivery.
It's the 10th team foul, so 2 shots here for Howard. And 91% free throw shooter. Again, in that first meeting, he was 2 of 15. His 2 field goals were 2 3-pointers. He was 2 of 8. He's got 11 now in this first half. And the crowd trying to implore a stop here for Marquette.
They're thinking stop and get one at the other end. Big thing for St. John's. Get a good one, potential offensive rebound, and balance the floor.
Bonds the hesitation, kick out. And Simon is going to be called for steps. So there's a stop. They get the stop. Can they get the bucket on the offensive side?
I'd use the ball screen, get the switch again. Get K to come out and end up. And the big thing with Howard, he's playing within himself. He can find somebody if he doesn't have a good look.
Simon's on him.
I would trap this too.
Here comes Morrow. Howard to the hoop. Has it blocked by Keita.
Nice play by the big guy.
8 seconds to go. Simon the spin move. Off the glass. Puts it in.
Push. If you're Marquette.
Bailey has to put it up from midcourt. And that's the way this first half will come to offensively. Led all scorers with 14 points. But it was really the job he did defensively on Marcus Howard early on.
And they switched off on him, too. Put different bodies on him. But the automatic switching was a little bit confusing for Marquette.
There is foul trouble for St. John's. 3 players with 2 fouls. Excuse me, 4 players with 2 fouls. Clark, Heron, Figueroa.
Tough shot.
The rebound comes out, never hit the rim, so it's only 7 seconds on the shot clock.
Well, they are really riding ISOs, too. Gotta go.
Figueroa puts up the 3, and the rebound for Howard.
Here's that switch.
Theo John trying to post up against Marvin Clark.
They did a great job denying by Clark.
Kick out. Sam Hauser for 3. It's long. Theo John chases down the rebound.
Boy, he had his brother.
Howard now guarded by Figueroa.
Howard keeping much more active, too.
Joey Hauser, he's going to get fouled by Clark, and that's going to be number 3 against Marvin Clark.
That's a major dilemma. They're going to make a move already. Katie coming in, who did a nice job. That one block. They also tried to guard in an effective manner. And no question about come over late with that body.
Yep.
Once again, violating the cylinder.
A steal. Simon, the other way for the dunk. 16 points now for Simon.
Can't feed them.
12-point lead for St. John's on the road. Marquette has not lost here at Fiserv Forum, the new arena. And a pretty. Bond's able to strip him, and it stays Marquette ball.
Well, you got to get it on your right hip and protect it. You got him on that left side. And this another mistake and costly. Number 8. Turnovers.
Howard leaves it off for Annam to the reverse, puts it in.
Nice little play. Getting available is so important.
Sakar Adams got 6 points. He had 14 against Butler. Keita, the elbow jumper, knocks it down.
Wait a second. Goodness. He makes that. 5 for 9 coming in. Excuse me, on free throws, 5 for 9, but 41% from 2.
Howard for 3. Rebound. Hauser gets bumped going up for it. And Keita's the one who fouled him. Number 2 against Keita.
An excellent offensive rebound read. Generally going to come long on that shot from that wing. Second possessions are going to become essential, particularly for Marquette.
7th rebound for Sam Hauser. A great free throw shooter. And fouls could become an issue in this game.
Talking to Brett Nelson yesterday, he was telling both of us the recruiting in this state, the talent level has risen. And of course, the Hauser Bowl is a pretty good example because there's a ton of really talented kids. Not a bad player. He spoke like he lived in Wisconsin all his life, by the way.
Sam Hauser makes them both. Back to a 10-point game.
That's that number in everybody's head, isn't it? 10 or under? That single digit.
Figueroa guarded by Howard. Simon against John.
A lot of ISOs. Look at the mismatch. Got to get him. Nice play by John. Gave ground. Little fake and recover.
Hauser just said that was my bad. They had something. They had an option. Deflected out of bounds. Will stay Marquette ball with 14 on the shot clock.
Howard not forcing it, though. Very intelligent approach, playing within himself. He knows it's not going to be a 30-point night. It's a win night. That's what you're after.
Howard. Shot clock at 7.
He wants to post up, Hauser. Can't get there.
Annam gets bumped. Able to draw the foul against Justin Simon with 2 on the shot clock. That's number 2 against Simon.
How clever, Justin. Just that little hesitation as he got into that box area. Just watch this freeze now. Little, get him up. Delivers. Special.
Annam cannot hit the free throw. A 58% free throw shooter.
He really understands the jump stop in the lane. Good feel. Excellent defender.
Misses both.
That hurts.
3 team fouls, though, already against St. John's here in the second half. Underneath, Herring. And a traveling violation called against Mustafa Herring. Sam Hauser came over for the help defense.
It was solid play. When you're watching this game, you remember the song Love is Lovely the second time around? Not so here. You do know more about one another, which could lead to divorce also.
Hauser has it taken away by Figueroa. LJ will pull up from 3. Knocks it down.
Well, they are sharp. I know that's one of those shots, well, questionable maybe, but right away, back on the defensive end.
9 points for Figueroa. Howard kicks it back. Joey Hauser for 3 to answer. Back rims it. Kata with a rebound.
What a great checkup by Figueroa.
Bonds goes baseline. That's it up to the right.
They need a quick timeout. Rojo was up.
Largest lead of the game. 15 points for St. John's here in the second half.
So much for road trips, huh? And Chris saying that he understands when he's playing well and when he gets a little off his game with the dribbling, you know, he's got to bring himself back and stay within that comfort zone of team concept. At warfare, you were talking about the foul problem for St. John's. You made a great point. It was just attack them and do whatever you can, particularly in the low post area. Just don't have depth.
Hauser out of the timeout.
Or Gardner beating guys to the spot. Weak side coverage.
Howard against Kata. Look at the hands of Pons. With 10 seconds on the shot clock, we'll take a timeout. Score is still the same. 15-point lead for St. John's.
world's greatest dog show returns to the world's most famous arena.
He'd send you magazines with a note. You start opening the magazines. He was just cleaning out his house, basically, with all these great sayings.
I love this next quote. Well, we didn't get to see it, but it was, as a team should be a reflection of the coach's personality. He had a good one, huh? Sam Hauser, the pull-up jumper.
He sure did. I remember one game, one of the coaches said, if I had Al McGuire's schedule, I would have his record. And he beat them by 30 points, and he walked down before the game, and he said, how's my schedule now? There was a toughness about him.
Simon against Anna.
ISO again. Good check
Rebound by Morrow.
It starts at this end for this club. I think they're going to have more ball movement, not as much dribbling.
Joey Hauser to the hoop.
Nice piece.
Rebound by Morrow, puts it back in.
A nice play because of the help and the block opened up that weak side.
This crowd trying to get into it.
Little 1-3-1 look now. First time all game. And you get a turnover out of it. Nice call by Wojo.
Anna, the finger roll, misses. Pons with a rebound.
Got to make that.
Here,
Not a good pass.
this is Hauser saving it, trying to his brother, Kata, able to get it back. Helter-skelter, and now everyone says, let's calm down.
If Pons made a legit pass, they got a layup.
Pons was looking for the foul against Howard, didn't get the whistle. Mullen can't believe it. Howard.
A little late behind them, though. He should have led him to the basket, and they had a deuce.
Brendan Bailey will check back in for Joey Hauser.
Well, that pass break by St. John Samori, just make a sound basketball fundamental pass. All that spin on that behind the back. The family likes it, but not too many others.
Joseph Chartouni is back in. The Fordham grad transfer, he will inbound.
St. John's a little bit tired.
Bailey left open for three. No. Loose ball comes out to Simon.
Bond's a little bit tired now. He's got to get others involved.
Simon the mismatch against Howard. Skip pass to the corner. Figueroa. He's got that one blocked by Bailey. It's out of bounds off of Bailey.
Lamar didn't know whether to grab it or not. I think it's the right call.
I think so too.
Lamar unsure himself on this block. Oh, maybe
no.
the follow through. They're right. The crowd just saw it.
Good help defense by Hauser.
Right up on Howard.
Chartouni pump fake. Howard thought about the three. Hauser will take it. Look at these guys getting for the rebound.
Doing some job. Really didn't need it either. Got to eat the ball sometimes. I know you want to push, stay active, stay with the game plan.
Marvin Clark is coming back in with the three fouls right here at the 12:54 mark.
It is a hectic pace right now, isn't it?
Hectic for sure.
Howard's passed up a couple of good looks. Do you think that him something inside and out for him?
Morrow trying to post up. Chartouni the spin. Leaves it off to Morrow. He puts it in.
Nice job, Chartouni. Just deep enough. Lose a little clock. Well, so much for that.
Clark misses a three. It's a 6-0 run here for the Golden Eagles.
That is their game, but that particular trip.
Backdoor cut. Bailey to the reverse. No. Out of bounds. It's going to stay Marquette ball.
Hectic pace. Pretty impressive. Leaving it all out there. It means a lot. And Morrow just making sure of the whole trip. But Chris, this is nothing. It's not like they used to go on 8-game trips when he was playing. 2 weeks on the road.
Chartouni was open. Hauser missed him. Hauser gets it back against Figueroa. Elevates over him, gets fouled. And Sam Hauser will head to the free throw line for 2.
Great call by Wojoana. Go to a little power game. And they've got the 2 mainstays on the one side on that particular play. So you got to stay at home, and Howard gives Hauser plenty of room to dominate.
And that's the 3rd foul against L.J. Figueroa. Herron at the scores table to check in. He'll come in for Figueroa. It's the 4th team foul. 11:55 to go. 14 fouls for St. John's. 0 as of now for Marquette.
Chris is trying to play numbers here. Get some minutes out of each guy.
Wojo asks for the crowd to get into it. I think if he slaps the floor, the place will go nuts.
And he may. Gets down low enough.
That's going to be goaltending.
I don't think it was going to go in either. Of course, the glass was banged. That could have jolted the shot. And he does come up with some maneuvers around the rim. Excellent use of the glass.
That ended the drought for St. John's.
They switch now. Howard's got Pons. I think I would take him. Before they switch big back on him.
Morrow spins into a double team.
Good knock call, too. Little power. Twice now. Disdaining the jumper deep.
6 points for Morrow off the bench.
It's Simon inside, I think.
Pons. And a whistle is going to be blown, a foul against Sam Hauser. That's his first, the team's first of the half.
Oh, they had a nice little trap situation, just a little overzealous on the closeout. Perfect trap there.
Yep.
Bad spacing.
What kind of poise will St. John's have here on the road against the 10th-ranked team in the country? Shot clock down to 3. Pons to the corner. Williams, shot clock violation.
That's that dribble that gets you beat every time. And Simon just went to Pond. They just never looked at him.
Turnovers this half for St. John's.
This is where you really got to dig deep defensively for St. John's. On the road, a lot of options, particularly to post up this one. Hauser again. Hold on. But he had it.
Herron with the rebound. Mustafa Herron pulls up for 3.
Nobody at the rim. Use a little clock. A little bit of a settle.
Chartouni for 3.
Goodness.
Herron saves it right to Bailey.
You never save the ball there. Never. Jump up in the air with it. Boy, an assist at your own basket. That's the guy you got.
And the foul for Simon.
One of the better cutters in the country. Always active, always busy. A great understanding. A little lead pass there. Clever ploy. Watch this now. Thought he had his own guy, I assume, but that is so dangerous. Lead to a hoop.
Simon at the free throw line for the three-point play. Just a 58.6% free throw shooter. And he gets it. He's got 19. He's got more points tonight than he had in his previous 4 games combined. Theo John is back in.
They handle that little back screen better.
Chartouni. Kick out. Howard for 3.
That's what Chartouni has to do. Don't settle for 3. Get a piece of the lane. Let them peek off of Howard.
5-point ball game.
This is one heck of a game.
Sam Hauser.
Feed him to some help, and they do.
Came up short. Howard. Chartuni goes baseline. He got fouled on the floor. That'll be the 15th foul against St. John's.
Well, he has been a pleasant addition to this attack as he gets Howard play off the ball. A little pump fake, he's great at that. By the little guy. But when Chartuni has been sound, doing solid things, it's really helped the cause.
Queta just picked up his third foul. Out of bounds off the hand of Simon. 16 on the shot clock.
Well, the energy being expended is extraordinary by St. John's on the defensive end.
Sam Hauser is exhausted right now.
Until he gets the ball. I would ride him in a box, though.
Howard puts it up off the glass. John's there. Has it blocked from behind. Here comes Pons. Oh, he's too strong. Figueroa gets a loose ball. And there's Pons with a finish.
Competing at the highest level. Reed run down in 5.
Do you think there are this many ovations in the State of the Union tonight?
No, I assure you.
Coming up on 8 minutes to go. Chartuni gets fouled by Queta. That was a great heads-up play by Chartuni. That's number 4 against C.D. Queta.
Boy, he has shown his experience. I mean, he's been around. Those years at Fordham coming in handy right now.
Queta goes to the bench with those 4 fouls.
Pons here. This is a nice little play here. The little look away. And the dish. Pretty good at the rim.
Howard, his step back for 2. Difficult shot. Pons, he gets fouled by Bailey, and that will lead us to a break. 7-point ball game. 7:52 to go. St. John's with the lead on the road.
I hear it in the background. She's watching it too, saying, and this is where. Here you go. See you next week.
That's true. Well, I'm not a cheesehead, but you're right.
Time for our game reset, sponsored by SoFi. Get your money right. St. John's has 3 timeouts. Marquette's got 2. But look at this, the foul situation. Marquette is shooting free throws the rest of the game. And this is a team that's a really good free throw shooting team.
And of course, first in the conference, what'd you say, 6th in the country? That's pretty impressive, particularly coming down the stretch.
It's Annam against Pons.
It's all about good shots. A little nickel dimer on the giveaway. Chartuni on that mid-post.
That's his first, the team's 4th. Clark, skip pass out to Figueroa. Figueroa gets the bump by Howard, and a rebound by Theo John.
A tough shot, really good D. Howard has not forced the issue. Well within himself.
Chartuni lobbing it, and we're going to have a foul against Simon, which will send Theo John to the free throw line for 1-1. That's number 3 against Justin Simon.
How about Chartuni with that delivery? I mean, that takes a lot of confidence. I mean, this guy's not a starter. Doesn't get starters minutes, but boy, he has been solid.
He's making another Fordham grad, Steve Shear, very proud as Steve Shear's watching back at home in New Jersey. Wish him well.
Steve said he had to go home. He had enough of you.
I'm surprised you're still here.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we overcame the night with him. Because he did the PA system, Steve, at Fordham. John Condon taught him all he knew. Unfortunately, he didn't pay attention.
The foul trouble mounting for St. John's and Chris Mullen.
Chris is a very relaxed guy. Of course, he played for Larry Bird in Indiana, too. Larry involved his assistants, and Chris certainly does, too. Some people think it's just a one-man kind of a show. He really just steps up. We watch him in practice, talks when he wants something done. Huddle, you see it too. Doesn't waste a lot of verbiage.
Clark got called for steps. He saw the double team and rushed. All of a sudden, it's a 6-point game. There's a chance if Marquette hits a 3, this is a 1-possession game.
Plenty of time here. 7 minutes to go. And a really good driver. The post-up might be Hauser, not John. Let him rebound.
Howard off the glass. No, Figueroa with a rebound.
Chuck, they really stuck John, too.
Seemed like a forced shot right there by Howard. Pons against Hauser. What a move, unable to finish. That would have been phenomenal. Chartouni is running, and he gets fouled by Clark.
That's good news and bad. The inability to make free throws by the big guy, but Chartouni really leaving it all out there. What a clever pocket pass. Goodness, he enjoyed it, and why not relish in the opportunity here? Showing a lot of moxie.
They called that foul on Justin Simon. That's his fourth. A 2-shot foul. John makes the first. The lead was 15 at the 15:42 mark of the second half. The lead is now 4.
I like to see Pons give it up and screen. He's much better screening, resetting, and getting the better angle on his drive or pull-up. There you go. He back screens and pops. See if they get something for him. Timing's off.
Mustafa Heron.
They go.
Figueroa doesn't get the roll.
Well, they got what they wanted.
Hauser for 3. Got it! 1-point game! Timeout, St. John's. Run. They have yet to see Marquette lose here at the Fiserv Forum. 14-0 at home.
I think Figueroa could do some damage on the drive if he wants it.
Pons got it, and the foul, the continuation.
Boy, his English at the rim is something special. Talk about toughness. Right here, the cup like Stephon Marbury, and then the little spin. A continuation maneuver there, too. He's not the Greek freak either in this building.
He's got 18 now, and he puts the lead back up to 4.
Don't hurry now. Just run your stuff. Marquette, plenty of time left.
Hauser, the step back for 3. It's off with a big rebound by Simon.
Just a little off balance as he moved left.
They're standing here at Fiserv Forum. Coming up on 5 minutes to go. Pons, a late reach-in. That's on the pass, they say. It's against Sakar Annam.
Yeah, Annam was the reach-in. He wants to take over right now. You know, this kid has an awful lot of pride. I do not know him, but just judging by the bounce back from the Duke game, he wants to prove he is extraordinary. Talking to Wojo yesterday, as both of us did, saying a lot of people have gone into Cameron. Yeah, they're great players and had bad ball games.
Pons in that game was 3 of 11 against Duke. 11 points. It snapped a 7-game streak of 20 or more. Joey Hauser's back in. Harris goes right out, goes the dunk, and he gets fouled.
Well, he landed right on his back. He came up Ambly. That's how he attacks in an extraordinary fashion. Usually it's a straight line baseline.
Theo John got called for the foul.
That is authority attacking.
So Mustafa Heron at the free throw line, a 77% free throw shooter. In practice today, someone said he's an elite athlete. He goes, Mitch, you hear that? I'm elite. Of course, that's speaking about Mitch Richmond, one of the assistant coaches.
This kid is in that level, though. I'm sure there's Mitch.
He was elite.
He sure was. They are really enjoying this group, though. Terrific additions to the league, Patrick and Chris, don't you think, in terms of stature, loving the game, and
I love it.
helping their alma maters?
I love having both of them in the Big East.
Well, he's Louis' guy, so you know he's got style and class.
Sam Hauser for three again. It's way off. Rebound by Annam. He got fouled by Figueroa. And that's too bad because Annam's not a great free throw shooter, and Howard was open for three.
And he has not on
Figueroa.
He has not been open very often either. St. John's tagging him with regularity.
9th team foul against St. John's. Annam 58% at the line. 0 for 2 on the night. Comes up short.
They never give it a chance.
Coming up on 4.5 to go.
Give it up and get it back.
Bonds to Heron. Simon gets it taken away. Chartouni with a strip.
Too much traffic.
Howard slips. Annam, the floater. Got it.
The kid is great when he puts it on the deck and creates. And Howard just playing solid. No force.
3-point game. Bonds makes it a 6-point game.
Is that NBA-ish? Oh, where is Harden when you need him, huh?
That's his favorite player.
Automatic switching.
Theo John, the drop step off the glass.
And that's the size factor. And, of course, the foul situation, everybody backing off.
Buckle up. 3:30 to play.
When they had him off the rotation, if they could have reversed it to Heron.
Figueroa for three. Off the back of the rim.
Ooh, I'm not so sure that's what you wanted.
Everybody needs a break right now.
Oh, they do. Winded, but this is when you got to reach back inside. Show some onions. Step back, jab. Oh, yes!
There are those onions.
That kid does possess theaters. Dancing.
Simon doesn't want that three. Pons gets fouled on the three. It's against Annam. 3 free throws when we come back for Shamori Pons.
Soccer blue. How about this kid? Step back. Big time dagger by a big time performer. These two guards taking over right now. Number 0 in your program right here in Milwaukee. Number 1 in your heart. This is the about 10th foul right now. Team foul for St. John's.
In case you're wondering, Shamori Pons is 4 of 4 at the line tonight. He's got 21 on the night to go along with 7 rebounds and 2 assists.
This kid is a gamer, though, isn't he?
Oh, big time.
And you didn't see him doing the dribble, trying to occupy space and time every once in a while this game. But when he plays like this, you can see what a factor they are. Doesn't mind big moments either.
I would actually say he lives for them. Think about last year when they beat Duke at home. It was Shamori's game. He knocks down all three. He's got 24. This Marquette team is on an 8-game winning streak. Their only loss in conference, their last loss, was the first game against St. John's on January 1st. Howard, the bounce pass to Theo John, who gets fouled. That's the 10th team foul. And this will be against Marvin Clark. And that's number 4 against him.
That should have not gotten through all the way through the lane, that particular pass. They're very fortunate. Again, the dilemma of the free throw line. Not a bad-looking stroke he has either.
He just doesn't have confidence in it. You can just see when he releases.
Nice little clear out that set that up for Howard. Got a squeeze over St. John's. Look for Hauser and Annam to tip it back out.
Annam does have 4 fouls for Marquette.
By yourself, Mom.
Knocks down 1 of 2. 3-point game again. Justin Kutcher alongside Bill Raftery here on FS1 from Fiserv Forum.
I think you got to try Simon out if Pons doesn't have an opportunity on his own.
Pons wants it back.
And he wants to go. Got to use good judgment here.
Clark for 3. Off the mark. Nice the rebound.
Big time. They didn't stick him. Got too close to the rim. Boy, that extra possession coming down the end of games. So valuable.
Pons kicking it back out to Simon.
Boy, I would keep it and go. Took away the spin move.
Chartuni. Pons puts it up for 3.
Look at this play again. How about that? I think it was Figueroa, wasn't it? So Simon in there as well.
Chartuni just got called for the foul against Pons reaching in, and now it's 1-on-1.
How about the valuable possessions? That's just so impressive. Given it opportunities, this is the one. That slap back. Simon. It was Simon, yeah.
You send the best free throw shooter on the team to the free throw line for 1-on-1.
And they didn't want to foul him. Ojo was really distraught.
That was the extra possessions. Four-point lead for St. John's, 25 for Shamori Pons. Hits them both. Pons has the last 8 for St. John's.
Got to go quick.
Sam Hauser for 3.
What a nice little screen by Howard. Really a tired defensive trip. Problem. That was a fatigue trip defensively by St. John's.
19 and 10 for Hauser. The timeout was called by Marquette, so they've got 1 timeout remaining. St. John's has 2 with 1:13 to go.
Well, Annam knows he's got to play Pons. If he gives it up, I would almost face guard him. Don't let him get it back. Take away the head.
Pons has the last 8 for the Red Storm. Pons turns the corner, slips. They wanted to travel. They don't get it. Shot clock at 8. Pons gets it back. Pons puts it up. Off the rim. Theo John the rebound. A chance to tie or take the lead for Marquette. Annam for 3. And the lead. Timeout, St. John's. Double bonus for both teams with 27.7 seconds to go. Pons,
Nice string out.
he gets it back. And falls. Pons to the hoop in the lead.
They're going to call timeout. Rojo's telling get it up there. No, he's going to keep playing.
He wants the timeout. There it is. 11.9 to go. The final timeout called.
Post up for Hauser or drive, draw, and kick. If they do run a ball screen, I wouldn't be surprised if the trap is set by St. John's and then the rotation in the back.
On the floor for Marquette, it's Annam, Theo John, Howard, and the two Hauser brothers. For St. John's, Figueroa, Clark, Heron, Simon, and Pons.
Now you know it's going to get to Howard's hands. Simon's got that responsibility.
And again, free throws. These teams are on a double bonus.
Both Hausers on the floor because they can make deep shots if you can turn the corner.
Howard, step back, gets his man up in the air, double clutch. Joey Hauser taking the rebound. The foul is committed with 1.9.
Well, they forced Howard into a tough situation. His pump and the challenge at the end caused an errant shot, but Joey Hauser really alertly gets himself into position to do some damage and really upsetted himself that he couldn't really squeeze it, but two defenders on both sides, and Heron made it a difficult shot.
Clark is an 80% free throw shooter. Misses the first. 1.9. Bailey's going to check in here for Theo John.
Now, this is a situation where you can run a little bump and go long, get everybody up, maybe throw on the length or throw it to half court, and you still got one left.
Honestly, I'm almost of the thought of you missed this.
Shot there. Good point.
He does try to miss it. It's going to be Hauser. Just off the mark, and St. John's will sweep